G'day fellas. Welcome to the fourth game in the series between Harrison and nOel. Two titans of ESOC. They've been around in the community for a long time. And today we're putting them up against each other. Harrison spawning in on the west of the map, playing the Germans on the color blue. And his opponent, nOel, spawning in on the east of the map, on the color pink, playing the Japanese. Now this map is Mongolia. Mongolia is a map that has got a lot of yaks on it. So each player is going to want to be out on that map, scouting out those yaks as quickly as possible. So a civilization like Japan has got a natural advantage because you've got those two explorer units, plus you've got the Mongol scout. And in addition to that, you also start off with an orchid rickshaw. So you've got 4 potential scouting units that you can use to capture yaks on the map. We see all 4 units now moving out. We'll take a look back at Harrison though. Harrison's just got the 1 unit. He's got his explorer, and then he's got, in addition to that, he's got the Mongol scout that each player has access to. So definite advantage to begin with for nOel. So I wouldn't be surprised to see nOel picking up the early game advantage on this one. Harrison picking up a nice treasure here. I'd almost say making a little bit of a mistake. You take these treasures early and you give up, essentially you're giving up yaks, and a yak is worth a lot. You can always come back to the treasure, but you can't come back to the yaks. Once your opponent has secured all those yaks, it's going to be difficult for you to ever be able to take those yaks off them. All right. So now we move into the early game. So we'll take a look at what Harrison is up to. So Harrison starting off with a market. So relatively good start for Harrison. As a market, or as the Germans, you typically want to be doing a market start. And with the market, essentially what's going to be happening is you're buying wood with it. Now, Harrison started off with an extra coin. So he has a 100 coin, and then he's got an extra 100 coin that he starts off with. So now he's got the 2 settler wagons on the way. We'll take a look at his deck and see what he's got. 1v1 land is the name of the deck. Got the silversmith card in there. Missing a card out of H2, which is pretty standard, I would say. Maybe like 3 doppels would be nice to see here instead of, say, something like the Polish winged hussars or the economic theory. But other than that, a very standard looking deck. Both of the Ulan shipments, both of the skirmisher shipments in here, and the cavalry hit points in here as well. So we take a look back at his explorer, down to 170 HP. We'll have a look at nOel, see what nOel's up to. nOel has already sent through his first shipment, so sending through that Heavenly Kami. We take a look and see what he's got for us lined up. So he's got those 2 unit shipments. He's got the 4 villager shipment as well. So very standard deck coming out from him. Does have the 300 export in here. Unlikely that he would be going for a Tory Gate build, but if he is, 300 export's going to play a big part of that. We take a look in his base. We do see the Portuguese consulate as well as a market, so really quite a greedy start here. The fact that he's got a market, obviously utilizing that extra 100 coin that he starts off with as the Japanese on this map. And we do a little bit of a stock take. We see that nOel's gotten 10 yaks. This is exactly what I spoke about. So 10 yaks is going to be huge for him. If we compare that over to Harrison, well, Harrison's sitting on a measly 3 yaks. So he's got 1, 2, 3 yaks. That's it. There's still going to be some yaks out on the map, I do suspect. So 1 yak just south of his base that he hasn't picked up yet. And we've got Geisty45 coming in with the Prime Gaming. Geisty45, welcome. Thank you very much for the Prime Gaming subscription. If you guys are watching this back on YouTube, we are streaming live over on Twitch currently. When this is uploaded to Twitch, when this is uploaded to YouTube, we're probably not going to be online, but there'll be a link down in the description over to the Twitch channel. If you head over to Twitch, create an account, you can hit the follow button, and you can get notifications every time we go live so that you can come and catch this action as it's happening. So welcome over, Geisty45. Great to have you here, and thank you very much for the Prime Gaming. So now we've got this trading post going up to the north of the map that Harrison's picked up during his transition phase. He's going to be going up with the quartermaster. During transition, also be getting his placer mines. Now he does also have hunting dogs, which he picked up earlier, prior to the transition. He's got that second shipment now coming in for him. We're going to speed it up just as we go through the transition period, and Toshogu Shrine is indeed coming up. nOel moving his units into the shrine radius, so you can see he's got a bunch of yaks just sitting outside here, waiting to be picked up. So I would definitely say that nOel is in quite a favorable position at this point. Harrison already aging up as well, so quite an early age up. And it looks like the town center taking down the Mongol scout. nOel doing a nice bit of scouting, spotting the stable in the base, as well as a house going up. So knowing what is up, probably going to be anticipating some sort of early cavalry. The 2 Ulans coming out, taking down the first Japanese explorer, so not getting his poof off in time. One of the things that the Japanese explorers do have the ability to do is poof, and it poofs away their explorer back to their town center. So always something that you want to be doing when your explorer is getting caught as the Japanese, but we didn't see it. So it just means that he's going to be having only the one explorer able to build up. So now we've got the villagers needing to evacuate the dance floor because they've been infected by the Ulans on the front line. Really unfortunate placement of this gold mine. So this market as well is in a... Look, I don't like to be critical of the players that I'm casting on, unless I'm doing sort of like an improvement cast, but this market placement needs a little bit of work. This is not in the best position. You're going to be blocking your villagers a lot. I would have loved to have seen just this market right here block any potential Ulans coming in from this side. That's what I would have loved to have seen, but now we do see Explorer getting rezzed up, probably thrown down in a bit of haste, and that's why we see it in that position. And now we've got the 4 villagers coming in behind, so this is a very greedy opening from nOel. We've got the 7 Ulans, so the batch of 5, and it looks like they're going to be catching out some villagers on the front line here. This is absolutely terrible. Really getting punished for this this unfortunate gold mine placement combined with the market, so not even the ability to really wall off. So 2, 3, 4 villagers going down now for nOel, losing a couple in the back line as well. And just 1 Ulan going down, picking off another villager now, so down to 14 villagers here. More villagers on the backside here. Absolutely terrible for nOel. Opening us up. Let's do a quick stock take and just take a look where we're at. So we're at the 14 villagers. It's about to become 18 villagers. Compare that to his opponent, who is currently sitting on 18 villagers with 10... with 8 settler wagons. So realistically about 26 villagers. So a decent amount of villager discrepancy already in the early game. A huge raid coming out from Harrison. And if you weren't expecting it, I would be very surprised to see Harrison pulling ahead on this one. I tell you what, I was thinking nOel was going to have a great time, but it looks like the fact that he was delaying his age up in that early game, it just simply means that he's never able to really get out units before the Ulans can arrive, and the Ulans have really begun to punish him. He's down to 19 villagers. He's lost his explorer again for the 2nd time this game in his base, and picking off another villager on the back line here. So Harrison just really putting on another clinic and just showing us how strong he is with these Germans. So impressive stuff to see. We've got the village coming out, still got 18 idols, those villagers finally coming out, and his explorers actually died underneath the cherry orchard. So he can actually see when these villagers are out, and he can come back and raid every single time. This is infuriating, and now he actually spots that the Ashigaru are out underneath the town center, and so he just backs away. This is really, really smart. So a lot of people underestimate Harrison, but I tell you what, after I watch this, I do see that this has got all the potential of a great strategy. We see that Church going down on the backline, going to be giving additional XP. We've also got huge crates of coin coming in, so 700 coin macroing for that toxic semi-FF that we are so typically used to seeing. Eating up his yaks as well as he's going up to try and hit the Fortress Age. And a huge raid coming in now from Harrison. Apologies for missing that one sooner. We saw at least 1 villager going down, 1 Ulan going down, and we see the sentries now being called for nOel. Ulan's running away, 13 Ulans, and we've got a whole bunch of Ashigaru, only 3 rather, and 19 villagers for nOel, 120 shrine population, so really not doing a good job of getting those shrines out. It's very difficult when you have got these shrines, or you want to try and put these shrines out around the map, and it's just impossible because you can't gather, because you've got a really terrible spawn, and that's really what it came down to. So when you see a spawn like this and you identify that it's a bad spawn, you really want to try and do your best to secure your resources, especially against a player like Germans. So I would have loved to have seen the market connected with the coin mine here. I would have loved to have just seen a 10, 15 wood wall just across here, up underneath this tree, maybe off across here. Just really secure this coin mine. Guarantee that the Ulans can't get under the town center because it is quite far away. We take a look and compare the spawn that Harrison's got, and Harrison is beautiful. Harrison's coin mine, it's unimpeded, it's behind his base, and it's very, very close to his town center. When we compare these two, I mean, this looks a little bit further. Like, I feel like Harrison's coin mine is like right here. Like, that's how close Harrison's coin mine is. Let's go take one more look. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but you can see the discrepancies. Harrison now going up to the 3rd age as well. And we take a look at nOel. nOel's in a difficult spot. He's trying his best to age up to the 3rd age. Harrison now reaching the 3rd age successfully. He's got those 8 Ashigaru out. He's a little bit behind where he'd like to be on population. He's sitting at 130 shrine pop at the moment. Dropping down another shrine to the south of the map. The Ulan's moving up to the north. We're going to speed it up just a little bit as Harrison is now in the 3rd age. We're probably going to see some unit shipments coming in from here. We see the Ordnance Bastilroys coming out. So these are Consulate Bastilroys. These are stronger than the normal, and we've got the age up going into Q, the Golden Pavilion. Going to have all 8 villagers down building this. He's got to be very careful not to lose any villagers. So I want to see these military units down guarding these villagers here. We take a look back at Harrison. Harrison training skirmishers, training Ulans, and not forgetting to get his veterancy upgrade. So we do see some players in particular avoiding the veterancy upgrade. I wouldn't recommend it, even though... Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry, I just had a bit of a burp there. I wouldn't recommend going for... Or I wouldn't recommend avoiding the veteran Ulan's upgrade. I think it's quite a strong Ulan upgrade. But now we see... He's moving in, and he's going to be taking out more villagers. One villager going down. Second villager. Third villager. Fourth villager going down. And Harrison just takes off some villagers and just gets out. Down to 19 villagers now, and another villager going down. Harrison just being so cheeky. Running in with all of his Ulans and just getting out. So he would see that this age up is in queue. He would know that it's coming. Moving in now with his skirmishers. He's going to begin picking off the Ashigari musketeers. We can see him taking out the first musketeer. And Harrison just absolutely doing work right now. We've got more skirmishers moving in. Got a shipment coming in from the home city. I can't tell exactly what else has been sent at the moment. But the Ulans underneath the town center are going to be cleaning this up completely. We've got more reinforcement units coming in from the back. The skirmishers taking out the Ashigari musketeer on the back line. Sentries getting called, or rather, regulars getting called to the south of the town center. We see the age up is in queue. It's about to pop for nOel. We're going to see 6 Yumis popping out of the town center when that happens, but the Yumis aren't going to be really able to counter anything. At best, they're going to be able to break even with the veteran skirmishers, and the game gets called. Harrison goes up in the series from 5 points. I think Germany is a 2-point civilization. I'd have to clarify, but I'm pretty confident it's a 2-point civilization. So we're going to be putting that score up from 5 up to 7. And Harrison breaking ahead right now. Not 8, 7 points stronger. There you go. Pulling up 7 points to 3. So I don't think people would have suspected this as the early sort of the early outcome. And there we do have the points. So 2 points for the Haudenosaunee on the water and Germans. So there it is. So 2 points for Harrison. Really well played from Harrison. A wonderful timing. Hitting him very effectively with that timing. We'll take a look at the resources gathered. You just see Harrison miles ahead because of all the idling he did to nOel. We'll take a look at the villager population as well. So villager population really displaying just the power of Harrison.